Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Skullgirls Oceanic podcast. Oh no, I did the thing again. God damn it.
Damn.
Um, this
Are you
time I
gonna
have.
reset?
Nah, it's all good. Whatever.
Okay, cool.
Um, this time I have one of the top four of SGOCE currently. Again, CM notwithstanding here or whatever. Uh, do you want to go with your old name or new name?
What do you mean? What's the
Because
difference?
there's the full name, and then there's the little part which you use now.
I'll just go with the little part.
Sweet.
Maybe both.
So
I
I
don't know.
have Mao for this
But
episode. How you doing, my
the
dude?
player formerly known as Chairman Mao.
Yeah. How you doing, my dude?
Pretty good.
Nice. Um. So basically, if you've never listened to one of these before, I get one of the players in the scene and kind of talk about how they started. What were they like when they started? What the scene was like when they started? And since Mao's a bit of an OG, I guess, we can kind of
OG.
cover the old parts of the scene that I was not around for, which we couldn't do with
Yeah,
Jedi
if I can
because,
remember them.
yeah, I couldn't do that with Jedi because, I was there when he was,
Yeah.
growing up, so I couldn't be like, oh yeah, that's cool. I don't know that. I was like, I remember everything. And you can kind of cover the scene currently. We can talk about the game whenever, however it goes, and kind of just talk about how the game is leading on and a lot of the stuff like that. So let's just jump right in. How did you start with Skullgirls?
Well, how I found out about Skullgirls is because, like, I think this was before SDE came out, so this was when it was still vanilla. Because I like to watch YouTube videos of like various fighting games, mostly Marvel 3. And then I think I was compelled to just like literally type fighting games into YouTube, and there was some video. I can't remember what it was, but it was just literally like list of fighting games released in 2012 or something. I had like a bit of footage for each one, and Skullgirls was like one of the last ones on the list, and it had like Parasol tear zoning. It
Yeah,
had like the tears on the screen. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, this looks like pretty wild. And yeah, and from there like I checked out the demo. So I had the demo in like vanilla, which I played like quite a lot. So that's the one that had Filia and Cerebella. Yeah. So those were the characters in like the vanilla demo, and I played that a bunch. And then like the SDE demo came out, and one thing they did for that demo, which was different from the vanilla demo, because I had it for like months, but I never purchased the full game.
Mhm.
I just like grinded training mode in the demo,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, and instead of Cerebella being there, they put Peacock in instead. So they like swapped around the characters, I guess, to like give a sort of broader variety of playstyles in the demo or something like that.
Mhm.
And that's pretty much the reason why I'm a Peacock player. I literally never considered the character um, before I was pretty much forced to play her.
Feels
And so
bad.
yeah, there's because I remember
You
like
could have
when I was
avoided all
playing.
this if you just bought the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I would have been a Cerebella player.
Okay, you
I
know, never
guess
mind. You're
it's
right.
pick your
You're right.
poison. I guess.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah,
Oh, I dropped. Oh no. Oh, my internet
and
dropped.
I
Okay.
hated CPU Peacock. I also really hated CPU Double. Funnily enough.
Yeah, because it would do
Um,
like gun into car every time.
yeah, Gunner to Car, that's classic. And then with CPU Peacock, it was like I remember like imagining. I was intending to make one of those, like the flowchart memes that were making the
Yeah,
rotations back
yeah,
then, like the Ken one. I
yeah.
was thinking of making like a Peacock one where it's just like literally you spam all the projectiles and then did it hit? Yeah, fucking Argus Agony. And then like now later, like I'm literally more or less doing that, which is
Yeah.
like a fun little irony, considering I was thinking that because like I hated CPU Peacock so much. Um, and yeah, in terms of like some of Because I remember also there was like do you know Adivas as an NA player?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, because he had like a series of videos where it's just some basic stuff with like the entire cast. So that's where I learnt like the first sort of peacock pattern that I learnt, and also some like foliar stuff. So there was that, and then I ended up eventually after like another couple of months purchasing the game, and then I played it for a bit. It, I think when I first was playing online, there was like it was pretty sparse because like well, like what do you expect?
Yeah, yeah.
And there was like some opponents, and then I ran into Sev. Funnily enough, this is when she was still playing. Well, actually no, because she was playing Filia double, and that's it, and just like bodied me 10 on her own left.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was like definitely a sort of welcome to Skullgirls sort of thing because the other people that I had played up to that point like weren't really anything too crazy. And I know I kind of like left it alone after that for a bit because it's like I don't know, didn't seem to be much reason to keep at it. Like I didn't even know that the Australia plays existed really. I think I knew about Age from I learned about him at some point from Pocola,
Oh yeah,
as in
yeah.
the Japanese YouTuber. Yeah, because he was in one of those videos.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then like leading up to PC, because I was like talking to some high school mates about it, and they were like, "Oh, you should like get it on PC. You should get it on PC." And then I did, and then like, whoa, this is like way more players than it did before, because this was when like the beta was out and like was the hotness or whatever.
Oh
It
yeah.
was like actually pretty active,
Mhm.
and that's I think one of the people on ranked like invited me to the Steam group because we used to before Discord and everything, it was all like in a Steam group. That's how we sort of did all the things, like ran all the tournaments and stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so so that's how I ended up in there. And it was like the first tournament, which was like quite a few people. I can't remember exactly how much, but I remember because CM was there. That was like when I first heard of CM, and people were like hyping him up
Mhm.
or something. And I managed to beat him in winners, and everyone was like, "What? That's crazy." But he beat me in losers finals.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that was that first one. I don't know. Is it what? It's yeah. So I ended up there, and I ended up playing the game, and yada yada. So yeah.
Right. So what would you say
Anything
like
else that?
what was the time like the around like the year period when you had started I guess playing it really seriously? Like I mean there's always like grinding tech and that meme,
Hmm.
but like when you actually were like I really want to be good at this game instead of oh this tech is really cool, I want to find this out.
I mean, it was kind of always like intertwined. I kind of always wanted to be good at it,
Mhm.
because like it felt good to do well and it felt good to win.
So would you say that was always like at I guess like you always wanted to do that like as soon as you got the game, or was there some point where you kind of realized that you wanted to
Well,
do
I
that?
guess I didn't really have any sort of competitive aspirations when I purchased the game. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, like aspirations for what? Like, what do you even do?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but like pretty much as soon as there were tournaments, like I wanted to do well in them.
Mhm.
Oh, actually, another thing that I've talked about before, but I didn't mention, is that I kind of credit Peacock in a way for having like really BS layer ones
Mm.
to like help my survival because it was like it gave me easy wins against like hella people
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
because they just didn't know what to do. So automatically I was like getting pretty deep into the bracket, so it was like good ego boost.
Yeah, for sure.
So I pretty much never went through that whole like sort of demotivation sort of thing, and I don't know what would have happened if I like went through that, if I would
Mhm.
have came out on the other side or not. I might have not. That's like another interesting thing.
Yeah. But I guess Steam Days was like end of 2013, I think, something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that.
So you'd say you've been like competing in the game since around then, end of
Yeah, yeah,
2013,
yeah,
start
yeah.
of 2014.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Mm,
So quite a while now.
yeah,
That's pretty crazy.
it's kind of like 4 years, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but outside of that, can't really think of anything related to that. I guess what was the scene like around the time you had started? Because it was during the
What the
Steam
scene was
days, like
like.
in the Steam
I
like chats
mean,
and stuff.
and one thing I actually remember is Age didn't used to enter like the Ranbats,
Ah,
like because the skill gap was too much,
all right.
so you just didn't enter at all. Um, in terms of what the scene was like, I don't know. It was just like a bunch of people, like various skill levels, like hadn't really worked out the game yet. There were like hella solos, of course.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because the game's still new.
Yeah, exactly. So people like weren't trying to go like ham with the teams. Although I played trio from the start, like from when I first purchased the game. I immediately played trio. So that was Peacock Filia double
Mhm.
because Big Band hadn't released yet.
Yeah, yeah. Big Ben came out like when Steam Days came out, right? Like when the game was out on Steam.
Yeah, because like first it was like a few months after the initial release, I think.
Right.
At least as far as I know. I could be completely wrong about all of this.
I don't know
Um,
dates, so.
yeah. Actually, another thing. One of the first sort of times that, because previously I generally sort of used training mode for like combos and setups and stuff. So the first sort of situational sort of labbing that I ever did was because there was a solo paintball player who just loved to do the charged JHP.
You
I
gotta
was like,
name
what is
names
it?
or
I
not?
keep on getting hit by this. And so yeah, that was like the first sort of thing that I actually like labbed against.
Are you
I
gonna
was
name
like,
names or are you just gonna
nice, I
leave
can
this
use
be?
like multi hits and stuff and throws. What do you know?
Are you gonna name names or?
Well, the name was Artie Blazy. They're not around
Oh
these
yeah, I remember that
days.
guy.
Yeah, he was around for a decent amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
just
the thing with
not as much
him,
these days.
the thing with him was like when I had started playing, he showed up like a few times and dropped a few times and showed up a few times and dropped a few times.
Yeah, that's kind of like what it was like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it was like early days. There wasn't really like any sort of super dominant people other than like Age, I guess.
Mhm.
I mean, there like a lot of the other people from PS3 days were still pretty nice, but I didn't play them a lot. Like I didn't really play Tomo a lot, and I played Tomo and Dime from time to time, but I never played them as much as I played other people.
Mhm.
Those were like the other sort of people that were obviously good at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there any particular people? I guess you get mentioned like a few names, like Tomo,
Well,
Dime,
the
Age.
person who won the very first Rambat X Fade, like pretty much immediately dropped the game after that.
Wait, who was that?
He,
Sorry.
his name was X Fade.
Never,
He
never
played
heard.
Fortune Filia.
Okay.
He won the first Rambats and pretty much dropped the game.
Was there a reason? Like he was like, this is too
I
easy.
don't know. He was. I'm pretty sure he just played SF4 or something.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah. He
all
beat
right.
CM and Grants.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Um. Yeah. Other stuff from that era could be like interesting to talk about. I'm not sure.
No, understandable. Were there any other people that you had in mind? Like any like names at all that you think are perhaps not as, because like people from not from the scene would know CM, they would know maybe Tomo and Age, but I don't know if they would
As in
know
like
any
some
names.
sleeper people from that era that like
Yeah.
maybe. Well, I guess the obvious one would be Led, but that's like a little bit later in the story.
Mhm.
Um, I think I'd really have to like dig super deep to try and remember these because I've probably forgotten like most of the people. I remember some names, but like most of them weren't overly significant, and I am not logged into my challenge account at the moment. I'm logged into Shuffle's one.
Feels bad.
I know, I could try logging in. I don't know if I'd find anything interesting
I
or not.
guess like because Led's the only one that I feel like we haven't talked about much. I guess you can
Yeah,
talk about him.
we didn't really talk about Lid a lot, hey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the very first. Yeah, X-Fade 1. There's some other names here. Oh, Led was actually did enter this tournament. He lost to Smokey and then lost to CM.
Smokey's another
So
name that people
Smokey,
might not know.
yeah, Smokey, because hasn't really been around in like this sort of current era.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So I guess talk about Led then. I guess.
Led. So yeah, he was like most part a Fortune Filia player. As sort of very much the head-on style
Mhm.
for the most part. He sort of he was always like pretty decent, but he had a really strong come up at some point where he like started to win everything. Like I'm looking here, this was what the XIX, what's that? That's what 19 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he won that one at least. So there was actually there was like a period at the time when Led was pretty much winning everything.
Were the round bets double elim or round robin?
Yeah, it was always double elim.
Oh, okay.
It was only really in the Discord era we started to change it up and start experimenting with stuff like round robin,
Right, right.
just as a way to sort of like get it going again.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there was CM who had the idea just single game round robin.
Yeah, yeah.
That was like the first one we did in the Discord era.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I remember
not a lot of
streaming that. It was
footage
pretty bad.
exists of Lid, which is unfortunate. There's some stuff. I know Bunny has some stuff from when she used to stream.
Mhm.
Lid. Let me actually search it up. Is there anything around?
Yeah, I think Bunny said that she had a few things that she had like on her but didn't put up or something.
Yeah, possibly, because she streamed for like quite a long time.
Right.
Yeah. Back in the Steam days.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what there is really to say about Lid other than like he was really good.
No, that's
And then
understandable.
he sort of dropped off at some point. I think I'm not sure the exact reason, but I remember him not being like too happy with like the way the game was changing or whatever.
Right.
Because I remember there was one time when he sort of messaged me, like this was after he had been absent for like a few months. He was like, "Oh, what's going on?" or something like, "What's like the state of the game or whatever."
Mhm.
And this was when I think Fortune had been changed a decent amount, and like Filia had that thing where because JHK became a mid
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and got the ground throw conversion, like the hits done on the spike or whatever.
Mhm.
It was real different. But he was like, I don't want to relearn this, and he kind of like stopped playing. Sort of
Understandable.
didn't really come back.
That was like a long time after that, I guess.
Yeah.
Mhm. Trying to think. So I guess like as soon as, because I think when I joined, she got all that. Now the ringlet change was after I joined. That was like a fair bit after, and
Ah.
the jumping
So
heavy
yeah,
kick was a
maybe
bit
he had.
earlier.
So was Lid around when you were there, or
No, no, I don't remember like
so
talking to
Lid
him at
was
all.
before your time?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So it must have been like quite a few months.
Yeah. But
It's quite strange and sort of like out of the blue and all.
yeah. I mean, you go like I was all right at this game, and then what's going
Yeah,
on this game?
I'm sure if you like were invested so heavily in something, it's kind of hard to like completely turn it off.
Yeah.
You kind of like do want to check up on it every now and again.
Yeah.
At least in the first year.
Yeah. After that, he's going. It's not my thing anymore.
Yeah. Eventually, like that sort of happens.
Hmm. And I think like Discord started happening around 2016, I guess. I think,
Yeah.
which is when we really started talking a lot personally. And
Yeah, because like Steam group was good, but Discord in quite a few ways was like a lot better. For one, there was like uh voice
yeah,
call. We had a TeamSpeak server, but almost no one used it. Like I remember I talked to like Artie once on TeamSpeak during Rambats, but most people were using the text. And also the other thing with Discord, because it's like IRC or whatever, it like saves the messages.
yeah.
Because with Steam, like when you join the chat, you have to be there. Like if you're not in there, you just can't see like what was going on. So it's like sometimes if you just join at like unfortunate times, it can give off the illusion that it's like dead group. Whereas Discord, there's like obviously things that have been going on, even if you weren't there to see any of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I reckon Discord has like helped a lot. I reckon it's definitely better than Steam Group.
Right.
But yeah, there was like a period of time where I think I didn't really know that people have moved over to the Discord. I kind of just figured dead game.
Feels bad.
Yeah, it was because I don't know. I think yeah, there was like one time where I just like on a whim sort of went into the chat, and that Haggith was there,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
Haggith was the one that told me about the Discord.
Right.
Yeah, I remember there was also like if at some point I don't think it was the same moment where I just went in and like Haggith wanted to play, and I played some games with Haggith, but it was like unbelievably laggy.
Yeah,
Like it was
cause
actually so bad, and I was like, I don't want to do this.
feels bad.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It seems to be okay these days with Haggith though,
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
terms of connection wise. I don't know if he like changed his setup or something at some point.
I mean,
The
your
glorious
connection
NBN.
was also pretty bad at the time.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's another thing. That's kind of funny because I was for a very long time a Wi-Fi warrior. Very, very long time. I did not know about the joys of Ethernet connections. And even when I learned that like Ethernet was better, I was like, well, I can't do that in my room. Like I can't route a cable to my room. Because it's like when I don't know, I was like still a young little boy, and I didn't really think to like try and do that. And I also because you know how it's like oh with the input delay, you sort of
Mhm.
like turn it up when you need to, so you get like a smoother like less rollbacks or whatever.
Yeah.
I used to play on dumb amounts of input delay, like it was actually crazy. I used to play on like 10 delay,
Jesus Christ.
and I still managed to like do decently. As because I did not rely on reactions at all for what I was doing to people.
Yeah, yeah,
Because, like, dumb layer ones.
yeah.
I
And
just
people were
needed
so
to,
bad.
like, do my strings and stuff, and I'd be Gucci.
Yeah, you're right. And the other guy can't see
Like,
it because they don't have 10 frames of lag.
it's actually. I don't know how I ever did that. Like, that's so silly. Like, in hindsight. Like, I don't know, I just didn't really think about that back then. I wonder
Understandable.
if there's like any other people who like did stuff like that, or if I'm like the lone weirdo.
There has to be. There has to be some guy who's
Yeah,
done that.
there's the like if I made the mistake, someone else would have made the mistake. But
Yeah,
like,
but I don't know if there's gonna be many people who are like good at the
yeah,
game
I
who
don't
used to
think
do
it's
that.
gonna be a particularly common thing.
I would hope not.
Yeah, me too.
But I guess that kind of covers the history, I guess, for the most part.
Yeah,
Basically, the TLDR is you basically started competing in the Steam days, and for better or for worse, you've just kind of been playing ever since. I
What do you mean
guess.
for better for worse?
I don't know. Like I don't have a better way of putting it. Cut me some slack, okay? I'm tired.
Okay, I feel it. I feel it.
Spent the whole this morning like changing my closets from one to the other, and my back's blown
Yeah.
out. Feels bad.
I guess another thing is possibly like the progression of the game itself.
Yeah.
Um, because like especially with the beta,
Oh yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like being able to play all this stuff. Like because Big Band, I was actually really excited for Big Band. Like a lot of people here, sort of just sort of slap Big Band on because like broken assist.
Yeah.
And for me, it was partly that, but like I was legitimately like looking forward to Big Band a lot, like before any of the gameplay was out, because like I was playing trumpet at the time, and it was like a music themed character that's fucking tight,
Mhm.
and he seemed like a really cool character, and also when he came out in the beta, like Brass Assist used to be extremely bought.
Yeah, because it was like sliding knockdown, right?
Yeah, it was sliding knockdown, and it had like 3-hit armor.
Amazing.
It was crazy. I remember me and Led played, like he played Philia Brass, I played Peacock Brass, just
Of course.
as cousin. That was interesting. I'm really glad that we that's not in the final game. Oh my,
Yeah.
that was an assist. That was crazy.
3-hit armor
Um,
assist. Can't think of anything that's that thing. Like 3-hit armor on anything. I can't remember.
3-hit armor A train.
I mean, that's not an assist.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I guess it's like 2 or infinite, because it's 2 with
I think
most
it's 2.
punches.
I'm pretty sure it's 2. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's 2 with
Yeah,
punches and
'cause-
infinite with like Eliza. So who cares? Um. Anyway, like the game when he had started playing, Big Band had just come out, and after Big Band there was like Eliza Fukua, then there was Beowulf, then Robo, I guess.
Yep.
And
And like along the time, there were various sort of like system mechanics
yeah,
that got changed. Like the combo system becoming like increasingly more strict as time went on.
yeah, who would have thought that'd been a good thing?
Yeah, who'd have thought?
Yeah. Um. So I guess what's your kind of opinion on that, on the way that it had changed? I mean,
On the
for the most part, it's
way,
been for the better, I suppose. But
yeah, I agree. For the most part, it's been for the better. Like I kind of, whenever there was some sort of like big ass change, with the exception of like maybe the super jump changes, which I was kind of like, I don't know about this. I liked the drift, but I didn't like the like obnoxious moon bounce or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. But for the most part, I was just like, I don't know. It could go either way for me.
Hmm.
I'll probably keep playing regardless of what happens because like I was doing fine in the sort of like long combo versions, but I wasn't like particularly attached to those versions of the system.
Hmm.
Like some people were like way more attached to that, and they like really liked doing what they did. But I wasn't really ever like that, so I was like, I don't really care either way. And now that that has happened and the systems have got more stricter, it's like, yeah, it's probably for the best. And I kind of agree with that for like every sort of step of the way,
Hmm.
like including the last one, like the Undizzy changes. I reckon ultimately that was for the best. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna say anything. Anyway, um, I guess like that kind of brings us to the present, I suppose, which is a pretty decent segue, I suppose.
Yeah.
What do you think about the game currently, like as a whole, and if you
Game-
want to dive into specific characters, specific systems, etc., stuff like that?
Like, I mean, the game is like very good. I mean,
It's kind of an open question, I suppose.
yeah, because it's like I don't know. There's sort of like a lot of directions you could go in. I mean, especially like the quality of life stuff. It's definitely like the best game that I've ever played.
Yeah, yeah.
With regards to that stuff, and like I really appreciate that stuff now.
It's the
And
best game.
because like
Like,
now that I
yeah,
know like what things can be, whenever I play a different game and it's not like that, I'm like, oof, like
yeah.
why can't I do this thing?
It's like I picked up Dragon Ball Fighters and I'm like, sweet, time to turn on counter hit. All right, all right.
Yeah, I've heard it doesn't even have that, and then there's like no
There's only one recording, and
reversal.
you can't even reversal recording.
Wait, is it recording?
There's only one recording.
Ah, well that's booty.
Yeah, in a versus
I
game where
take
like
it
you
no
want
save
to
state,
record.
no hitbox frame data.
I mean, those ones you can live without, I suppose. You know,
Yeah, I guess so, but they're really nice to have.
incredibly fun.
You can kind of live without them because people find that stuff out anyway, but it's like
Yeah, I
it's
just wait
just
for Cooler
a
System to be
less
done with that
barrier or
stuff.
whatever, lower barrier
Yeah,
to getting that knowledge.
yeah. I still don't know what the frame data of this game is at all. Like, I don't know if it's 7 frame startup. I just guess like, oh, it's Guilty Gear. It's probably doing like five frames starting
I mean,
above.
yeah, I guess like for a few things, you don't really need to know except when you're like optimizing stuff.
Yeah.
Like situational stuff, but it's like good to know so that you can do that.
Yeah, yeah. It's just really helpful. But like,
Yeah.
Skullgirls is definitely like the best game that, like, if you leave the gameplay out, like, it's definitely the best product as far as
Yeah, and even
competing in
with
a
the
game.
gameplay, like the gameplay is like really good as well.
Yeah, I mean the gameplay is like it was like gameplay is subjective. People can like slower games or whatever.
Yeah. I enjoy Skullgirls a lot though.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the gameplay of Skullgirls.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's all right.
I mean I can see like reasons why people could get turned off from it, but yeah, that's not really me.
Kind of. I guess. What do you think about the individual characters? What do you think? Okay, okay. Let me throw names at you and
Throw names.
give me
I
your
wonder.
give me your hot take. Okay.
Hot
And
takes.
I think you know what I'm gonna start with.
I mean, yeah.
Give me your hot take on Big Band.
Big Band is pretty good character.
Nice.
He's like, I mean, he's obviously got the bulk assists and like is good in general for support and has like big dumb reversal. But I think he's like underrated by people like as a character in of itself.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the people that say that tend to like think he's some sort of god or whatever, tend to like hype him up. I don't think he's like that crazy, but I certainly think he's a lot better than like tons of people give him credit for.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely nowhere near to like getting to that sort of stage with him.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you don't like count parry, like having like as strong reversals as Big Band is like so good. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's incredibly good in the context of the game. It's super hard to mix them up in different
especially like SSJ and
Yeah.
stuff, because it's like a lot harder to make reversal safe setups for stuff like that, even though they exist and that's like a matchup dependent thing.
Yeah. It's like super
But
hard to
I
safe
think it's
jump in.
harder to like deny Big Band reversals than it is to deny like any other character reversals.
Yeah.
Except maybe like what Cerebella.
I don't know. I think Big Band's still harder.
Yeah, maybe.
Cause like with Bella, you can do cross up and she like doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I guess because Big Band also has the air super,
Yeah. Also air
which
air
is
stuff
like
is
really
pretty
nice.
good. And like,
Yeah.
cause nowadays crossing up Bella like with overhead stuff, like I Philly can do instant jumping hard kick. And
Oh
that's
yeah, because the dynamo.
air
nerf,
dash.
yeah.
Yeah. Air dash hard
Yeah,
kick. Like she has to guess on doing a
She still has like a lot of options though. She's got like horns and lock and load 360
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
gonna
stuff
say,
like
horns.
that, which is like really good.
Lock and load doesn't work in the air though. I mean, like if you're in the air, so it's kind
Oh
of
well, yeah. But like, against
yeah.
the sort of stuff that
you have to
that
gamble on
sort of
horns.
crossing up dynamo would be.
Yeah. But you can't even cross up the Big Band. You're like, all right,
Yeah.
big ass dude. I can't even go
if
under
you
him.
could, like there's a down parry and all that.
Yeah.
Like he just has like really good defensive options.
Yeah. It's like you can't. I feel like optimal Big Band is like incredibly hard to mix up, and there's so much things he can do. And even
Yeah,
I also feel like the more I play the game, I feel like he's probably the best character at holding a lead.
Holding a lead. Oh.
Yeah.
So as in like because of
How do you approach him?
ability to sort of lame you out.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah,
it's
'cause,
not even
like,
like
what do you do?
he doesn't even like camp you. It's just like how do you approach him and like hope you don't die. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you can't like kind of just go ham and hope for the best, but like sometimes you just die when you do that.
Yeah, let's say, like it's like if I look at like say don't want
Because
to
you can
affiliate
definitely go
double.
ham on Big Band. Like even though he has like good defensive options, if you can like convince him not to use them, then it's like, well,
Yeah, I meant like in neutral. Like if Big Man's Big Man is like an assist behind him, and you're on your final
yeah, like
character,
if I
you're
call like
coming
help
in
bomb or something.
from mid screen. You're like, how do you approach this character? He's gonna outrange you on the ground unless you're some special character. I guess can't think of any characters. Maybe like double and squiggly. I guess the squiggly range is weird. Um,
Maybe Peacock. Peacock's a different one
Peacock
though.
Peacock Anchor is not gonna make Big Ben come to her. So that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, true, true.
But like if you have that, he
I guess
outranges
solo,
the huge
yeah.
characters. You can't really approach on the ground against him because parry is too strong of an option, and too easy of an option for how strong it is. Because it's like you hit forward, and then there's a 50 frame of super flash, and then he goes beat extend, and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna eat 50 damage or 50,000 damage.
Yeah, I was gonna 50.
50
Yeah,
damage
that's
is
about right.
from the jab. The rest of the combo does 50,000. Um,
Sounds about right.
yeah. And I just feel like a lot of that stuff, and especially like things that make Brass safe, it's like you just can't approach this character. So I feel like that's the best part of Big Man. Plus he does heaps of
Hey.
damage, so there's that.
Yeah, having damage is like really nice.
Yeah. Especially nowadays,
'Cause,
where damage is hard to get.
Yeah, you don't need to open people up as much. Like especially with when my Big Band gets you in the corner.
Yeah.
Because with Bomber, because you can do
Yeah.
like Brass plus Bomber, and like so much damage. It's crazy. It's really good.
Yeah. But I guess like the one part where he really sucks is when he has to make a comeback. I feel like he's one of the worst characters at doing it. But
Yeah.
not the actual like you got the hit, you have to mix them up. That's fine. He can do that. The getting to that
But
part.
in terms of
really,
like outplaying in neutral or
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
against full team, that's pretty tough. But like if it can happen, it can like very quickly sort of turn around.
Yeah. Like I think like it's even like with Philly.
Especially if you have a lot of meter.
Oh, definitely meter dump. I think it's the best meter dump.
Meter dump with Big Band is crazy.
Perhaps too crazy in some instances that I'm not talking about. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I hate Big Band v Big Band meter dump. I think that's the
Ah,
dumbest
yeah,
part
yeah,
about
yeah.
the game.
Has this been mentioned on the podcast before?
I've
Or
mentioned it several times.
several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably the more that I play with Big Band Neuros, I kind of sort of start to feel the same way.
Any combo will do touch of death. Like why?
It's crazy.
As long as you save sound stun, which is not that hard, you can do heaps of damage and still save sound stun at the
Yeah,
end of your
side
combo.
switch level 3.
Side switch level 3 does too much.
It's crazy.
I don't know. I think like that. If I had known of that before, and I would have known that Big Ben would be such a big
You'd
part,
like meme about it to try and get it changed or whatever.
I would have like stopped playing the game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because I was not gonna enjoy that part. I would have. I mean, if it wasn't gonna get changed, I'd have just quit. Like, yeah, and definitely have got it changed if I was able to make it.
If it was an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if there's a patch coming in like 2019 or whatever, that's the first thing I want that to happen on that. Like make it
Big
so
Band
that
level 3.
yeah, like fix the level 3 so it doesn't just do idiot amounts of damage on another Big Man. I think because I don't agree with the premise of it. Because one, I don't like different things doing different damage to different characters. Because it's like balanced by life, and I'm not a big fan. And in that mirror in of itself is incredibly dumb. Because getting hits.
It really is.
Because that mirror.
It's
First of all, the mirror is dumb. Second of all, if
I
you
can
get a
go
hit in the mirror, is dumb.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I got outplayed because I wasn't
It can
looking
be
for
like
the jump
really
light kick.
patient, or it can be like extremely idiot.
I don't think it's never like Big Brain. It's always idiot.
Yeah, I feel it.
But
I can
yeah,
understand
that's
that.
pretty much it for Big Ben, I guess.
Big Band.
I think you're ready for this one now. What do you think of Squiggly?
I mean,
I think I know, but yeah.
kind of. I mean, she's alright. It kind of idiot character in some regards, but like, it's hard for me to get too mad at Squiggly. The thing that gets me about Squiggly is mostly like the hurt boxes and stuff.
Oh yeah. When she falls out of your combo,
Um,
you're like, all right.
yeah, and it feels like really chaotic or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there are things. It's like a thing that I've been working on like over the last couple of like months or whatever. Like learning the different ways in which your combo can mess up
Hmm.
and ways that things that you can do to avoid it. But it seems like every set I play against Squiggly, it's like, oh, there you go, there's a new one. It's kind of wild, and then like hits a button and then I die. But I don't know. The character itself. I mean, obviously, Sing is like a ridiculous option, like punch stunts. But like, there are several ridiculous options in the game, many of which that I use myself.
Hmm. Yeah, no, I
So,
feel it.
and I don't think it's like insurmountable. The whole like punch charge thing. I feel like if I can still sort of outplay Jedi
Yeah,
when
yeah,
he
yeah.
has
Like,
punch.
I don't mean like that. I mean like, because I feel like the more I play against her, the more I feel like she's really not that complicated of a character like she was supposed to be.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
She's like way more
It's
complicated.
it's because
She looks more complex than she really is.
yeah, because you think about it, it's like it's crazy. She's got these two sort of stances to manage. You can like charge them up, but in reality, you kind of like there is the management is you just go for punch, and then if you can, you go for kick.
It's like how Chun Li has the thing where in Third Strike she gets the one she needs to struggle to get one bar, quote unquote. You know, Y-
Who says that?
you know whatever. People can they have their opinions, but like as soon as she gets the first one, you're like I can't do anything, and then she builds the second one, you're like okay, let's play. I'm Oro and I'm gonna try to play against Chun Li. Feels bad,
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like part of this sort of thing that makes Squiggly less complicated than she might have been is the fact that some of her specific options are like so good in comparison to a lot of her other ones.
Yeah, but Sing is way too
Like
good compared to
obviously,
anything
like
else.
Sing is the move to use.
Yeah.
So so it's like the most important sort of option. There, I guess there's uses for all of them though. So it's not like too sort of crazy.
Hmm. And maybe
I don't know.
you're like affected by Jedi as well, because he only goes for punch.
Yeah,
So
I also really suck at blocking against Squiggly because it's not just. I mean, the first layer is like a mix up in itself. It's like you block whatever the low
Hmm.
overhead cross up throw. It's kind of like what you do with like half the cast anyway.
Yeah.
But I feel like Squiggly's sort of the way that it lays itself, it makes it really likely for me to get hit by it.
Yeah.
That's sort of something that I need to improve on. Like one thing in particular is like the 2 MK into whatever it is
Overhead
that it is,
rollout.
like 2 HP, 6 HP.
Yeah.
Cause I'll try and push block it or whatever, and then I'll get like a button or I'll get backdash
Yeah,
or
because
something like that.
that's never a block string. I feel like that you
It
can hit.
isn't. Like 2 MK has very little block stun.
Yeah.
What, which is like interesting because when you find out about that, you're like, oh sweet, like that. It's like makes it worse. But in a lot of ways, it also like means that you get opened up like so much more in other ways.
Yeah.
As like an interesting way of like because of the way that a push block works.
Hmm.
And how it sort of like messes with the whole sort of dynamics of how block strings and sort of how mix-ups on block kind of work in general.
Hmm.
Because because against because like against you a lot, like I'll push block something and I'll be like, sweet, can't be hit now.
Yeah.
Whereas, but then so it's like dependent on the thing because I feel like it's easier to push block Philia and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's ways that I
Because
can do better at
yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure.
But, yeah.
Like that's the thing with like everyone. But I feel like her sort of general sort of stuff it's easier to like see it and be like, okay, cool, time to press push block.
Yeah.
Whereas I have to focus like a lot more when it comes to squiggly because it's like I got blocked, but is it 2MK or is it not 2MK?
Mm.
Because if I try to react to 2M like blocking 2MK, I'm pretty much always too late.
Mhm.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like excuses a bit, and maybe it is, but like it's just something I need to work on
Yeah.
going
No, I
into the
feel it.
future. There've been a few because that also comes with it like its own sort of benefits for me as a defender as well. Because there's the obvious one. Hey, dumbass, there's like a gap in the block string, so you can do reversals and stuff, which isn't really
It's
a
hard to.
thing.
It's hard to do
I
that.
can't really do it as much as Peacock because I can drop item. That's a pretty good thing. I've managed to do that to him once.
Oh yeah,
It
yeah.
was pretty tight. I don't know if I've managed to call an assist because I think it's pretty hard to like call assists and
Yeah, they're
gaps
not
in block
reversals.
strings.
Can't reversal with assist.
Yeah, you can't reversal with it. Well, I mean that's like the same thing with item. You can't reversal with item.
Yeah, but as soon as you let go of the item, it'll see that you're done with blocks done, and then it'll just drop it. I think.
No, because if you do it too early, it waits for like 20 frames.
Yeah, but like that isn't a problem for you because you're not trying to time it specifically, unless you are.
Often it actually matters a lot,
Oh, okay.
especially versus Jedi.
Does he like cancel it too early or something? Also,
Oh,
I guess
there's,
if
like-
you like do it too late, you just get hit and the item doesn't come out.
Yeah, because often if I don't time it right and it comes out later, like he'll do a mix-up and I'll get hit by the mix-up.
Yeah.
Like for example, he'll do something to like throw or whatever,
Mhm.
and then like the item's useless.
Yeah.
But
I think the
when it
item
does
also
work
goes
out,
away if you
it's
get hit,
really
right?
good. What's this?
The item goes away if you get hit.
I don't believe so. I don't see why it would. Like
'Cause
none
I know
of
the
her other
Georges don't. I
projectiles.
don't remember if the item does. I feel like it does.
I'm pretty sure the item doesn't.
Oh,
Because I know you can definitely trade with item.
oh no, it's because item like stops charging if you get hit. That's the one.
Stops
Charging.
charging.
Yeah. If you haven't like let it go already and you get hit, then you die.
Oh yeah. If you haven't let it go and you get hit, it goes away.
Yeah.
So that's like another thing you need to worry about. It's a really good tool though. So it's like you can't really complain about that. It's just a case of like getting better at using it.
I guess that's a good segue because we've been talking about Squiggly a bunch, and now we're talking about Peacock a bunch. What do you think about your character?
Peacock. My own character.
Your cheap character.
Also,
Please ban this character.
really, really good character. Extremely good character.
Please ban.
With some sort of things that set her back, but still really, really bloody good.
Okay, let me preface this with one thing. What do you think about CM saying Peacock's the best character in the game?
I don't know about that. I don't think she is the best. I'm not as convinced, but she is definitely one of the best. She's definitely in that sort of category.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not convinced that she's like number one though.
Okay.
Just
what do you think
generally
about, like...
because even though like you can play around her weaknesses, like they still exist and they are still like very, very obviously bad parts of her, like her
getting
bad
hit
reversals. Once you get hit, it's like, well, what? you gotta be a god to like get them off of you.
Yeah. There's also the thing where she's like a light character, so any idiot can sneeze a mix-up on her and it'll work.
What do you mean by that?
Like, light characters are super easy to do stupid mix-ups on.
Oh, like cross-unders and stuff on?
Cross-unders, like mix you up as soon as you recover, like, slightly in the air, but, like... Because, like, heavier characters are harder to do that, too, in a lot of the situations.
Yeah.
Like, lighter characters are so easy to do that, too, because you have to be so much better at timing the reversal.
Yeah, I guess so. And there's also another sort of minor thing, as I'm pretty sure her knockdown timing, like she gets knocked down for longer.
Oh yeah. So like
from sliding, but it's not really that much. Like the characters aren't really that different.
I think it's like 7 more frames or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like not that much.
Yeah, that coupled with her
like
crappy reversals make it super easy to say.
It's mostly the crappy reversals.
Yeah.
And occasionally another thing that sort of gets me in bad situations is like the stubby ground normals.
Yeah.
So it can sometimes be hard to like convert off things, and there can be like space-ins where it's like if you don't have your stuff set up, it's like harder to threaten them.
Hmm.
But then it's just like, well, like you gotta have your stuff set up. Like,
Yeah, you just have M item and any conversion works for you.
yeah. If you have M item, then that problem's like non-existent.
Yeah. The more I play it, it's like it probably is the single best tool in the entire game.
I'd probably agree. M item,
Because it literally does, like, not even just M item, it's like M item and L item, and just the way that they work is so
L
good.
item.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because against Philly, it's so good. You just see her hairball and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just drop
yeah. I
it.
guess so. It's a thing. I still don't really use it a lot in non-Filia matchups though.
In non-Philly, I feel like it's hard. It's probably good against like Philly or Valentine, maybe
It's
Fortune, I
definitely
guess.
good against Filia. It's probably pretty good against Valentine as well. I could imagine it being useful for Valentine because Valentine also has that sort of thing where she sort of moves too fast
Yeah.
for like M item and stuff.
Is that true for her run or just like the Alpha
Mm,
Blade?
I feel like it might be. It definitely would be for the Alpha Blade,
Yeah.
but Alpha Blade's not really too big of a problem. I don't reckon.
Yeah, Risky doesn't use it.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I don't feel like it's like amazing or anything.
Blade into Scalpels is pretty good though, especially because
Blade and the
your
Scalpels
character's
is
really
really
bad at
nice,
punishing it.
especially in the air. But that's kind of like always been the case.
Yeah.
And there are things you can do against that as well. So
Yeah. Yeah, I guess like I don't
it's
know.
all right. And also, I think if Blade into Skullgirls, like I think M item can track in time.
Oh, okay. That's nuts.
I think so. I could be wrong. I feel like I've held M item and been able to like sort of drop that before blocking the scalpels before.
Hmm. It might be because the projectile keeps moving during Super Flash, so that might be the thing. Causes that.
Yeah, hits up and yada yada.
Yeah.
And like what with the startup of the super and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to Peacock. Also, Peacock, both in sort of how like the character itself has like changed like tons of times like since I started playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because like started Peacock with SDE Peacock, and that's a character.
Yeah.
That's an interesting character. It's like with the H item everywhere on the screen
Oh yeah.
and triple bomb. But like almost none of the sort of quality of life changes that she ended up getting.
Oh no, like
So it
you
was
can
like
pull in, etc.
yeah. But like even other than that, a lot more like significant stuff like no conversion off air throw,
Oh,
and yeah, it used to knock you full screen.
I mean that's
You could
kind of
only
bad.
convert off it with level 3 item.
Okay.
So it wasn't really a thing that you used in mix-ups other than sort of niche things, but it is like a legitimately like pretty good tool now.
Yeah.
It's like a nice thing to have. There's like various things like that. I can't remember all of them because it's like been too long.
What about like weren't the L bang M bang like opposite or something?
Oh yeah, they were the other way around.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that it was like even worse reversals. So it's like Peacock earlier on was sort of like more
Glass Kennedy.
Glass Kennedy more like focused on that particular dimension of her play when it came to the projectile game. It was like a lot more oppressive, but like a lot of the other aspects of the character like weren't as well rounded. I think that's the thing. Like the character was much less well rounded than she is now.
Yeah.
And also like she along the way and it wasn't just the fact that the character changed so much, it was like the fact that I was changing
Mm-hmm.
like over time and was starting to stick less to like the set patterns,
Yeah, yeah.
because like back in the day it was like literally like here's my pattern, I'm gonna do the pattern,
Yeah.
and that's what I wanted to do like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now it's like there's patterns that I use, but it's not really from conscious thinking, it's more from just muscle memory.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Like
generally
some
just
soul
like
time.
watch the spacing and then
Yeah.
like decide what I'm gonna do based on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good part of being good at fighting games. Yeah.
Yeah, you can like do things like that. You can like change your thing that you're gonna do. It's crazy.
Makes you think.
There was also a thing that like Mike said about Peacock, or like back in the day, where it's like a lot of people are playing her like Blackheart when she's supposed to be like Cable.
Hmm.
Um, which I think that sort of is a fair statement to make
You're gonna have to
because
explain that one.
Blackheart, from what I understand, it's more like the oppressive lockdown.
Okay.
And then once you figure out how to get out of the oppressive lockdown, it's like, well, now what?
Yeah. I
And
guess
then
he just becomes
Cable's
a bad character then.
what's this?
He just becomes like a bad character that
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
doesn't have
Once you
anything.
like actually figure him out.
Mhm.
Whereas Cable, it's like stays good. Partly because like well, the zoning is still like fairly oppressive, but also you can meet it up and shit out damage,
Right.
which I feel is very apt for Peacock as well.
Incredibly. She's
Yeah,
like,
because especially with Lenny, the
yeah.
Lenny buffs.
The
Because Lenny
more
used to be like absolutely worthless.
the more that happened, the more I feel like she became more like Morrigan than Cable. I guess maybe
Or like
on like Dan
Morrigan.
Cable, because like MVC3 Morrigan, where she was the
Whereas like
battery
she
and she
she
was the
puts the
user.
thing out and then now it's like completely changes the matchup.
Yeah, but also more like she's the battery and the user on the team at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, I do see that. Yeah, I guess that's a was Point Cable really that much of a thing?
People like Cable Sentinel, like Cable Storm. No, what was it? Cable No, not Spencer.
I know Team Scrub is like Cable,
Yeah,
Signal, Commando,
yeah. That's the one.
but
That's what
I
people
think
use.
there was also like a lot of like people playing Cable second or whatever.
That's like I feel like that's like the old man thing that people just played in the arcade and like had fun with, but it wasn't really that optimal.
Hmm.
Because the DHCs aren't that good. You DHC to ground
Yeah,
micro
but you
rifle
could
beam, you're like,
like I
alright.
remember seeing people do stuff like the Alpha Count into Air Hyper Viper Beam.
Yeah, Alpha counter
It's
was
like a
pretty
way
good.
to get him in.
And even the assist not that bad. The anti-air assist.
Yeah, yeah, because he has a DP assist.
Yeah, it's a DP
It's
assist that
crazy.
like sends the projectile at the top of the screen. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think people just figured out that he just wasn't as good as the other characters.
What
I think that's
Cable?
the considered, like that's the high consensus because nobody plays him right now. Nobody like really good is like showing up with Cable nowadays.
Yeah, like 2018.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah,
more just like Magneto, Storm, Sentinel, pretty much. And other characters
Iron
on the
Man.
side, and J360 rocking the Iron Man. Let's go.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Peacock, I guess.
Yeah.
After that sort of tangent.
You go.
Um.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like.
feel like that is a very sort of apt thing to say. That it's sort of like how the character progressed.
Hmm.
I don't know.
No, it was
Became
weird.
like less focused on that one thing, even though that one thing is still like pretty strong.
It's a good thing for like tournaments, definitely. If you want to be good with the character in tournaments, he's a very good character
Yeah, yeah,
for that.
because it's having more
You don't have to think as
tools to
hard.
like help out in different situations rather than having like this one really good thing and then if it doesn't work out it's like, well, now what?
Yeah, it's like you can choose to not care about thinking about the match. That's you always have that as a fallback option against like worse players, so you don't have to like actively think as much. Save your
Yep,
energy
that
stuff
is
like that.
definitely a thing that I have benefited from a lot. I think I mentioned that before,
Yeah, with the
like
old
vaguely,
tournaments.
whereas like it gave me an ego boost because I was bad, so
Mm.
I wasn't really like me intentionally doing that. It was just me not being capable enough to like reach the higher levels.
Yeah.
But like I was still able to beat a lot of people just because like that how the matchup works against lower level players and that they pretty much instantly die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know. Pretty bad anchor, I guess.
And it's like yeah, I don't know about like Anchor is the future and all that stuff, but
It's a funny
I
meme.
reckon she can get things going sometimes.
If your opponent is bad, like me, feels bad.
If you get the hit, maybe.
Can you use like Lenny to do the mid screen setup, like the item left right? Is that possible?
Oh, there. I know that there is actually a way to do item setup solo. It's
Okay.
just really bloody hard. It's like
Mhm.
really tight because Peanuts discovered the solo setup
Mhm.
like years ago, but no one's really done it. 'Cause it's too hard.
Yeah, I guess
It's like
you
too
don't
tight
leave
of a
Peacock
window.
Anchor for that nowadays anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like with Peacock Anchor, there's always the thing where you can like do your stuff and then like you can like chuck down Lenny's and stuff,
Yeah,
and then if you manage to like get a stray hit, it's like nice,
big
time to
damage.
explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she kind of has that going for her, which is like pretty nice.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I mean, she's always kind of been reliant on assists, and that hasn't really changed
Yeah.
as time went on.
Oh, I guess that kind of concludes the Peacock thing. It's coming up on an hour. I don't have. I can
Oh
just kind of
really?
name characters and be like, yeah, this character's dumb, that character's dumb, this character sucks. Um, Philly is honest and fair, and Squiggly is
Of
cheap and
course,
overpowered. And
exactly.
we can say that till the cows come home, but um, other than that, I guess like that's. Just trying to think. I guess it's kind of just talking about the future. I guess. What do you? Yeah,
The
we can talk
future.
about one thing. We can talk about the recent expansion in the OCE, like as far as putting
Well, as in
yourself on Twitter and
the
stuff.
aggregated sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I big fan of that. I am really excited to see where that takes us.
yeah, because like I think we talked about this.
The extra polish. I reckon it's really helpful because I reckon that's worked out. Like seeing what that has done for Europe in
Hmm.
terms of visibility and just professionalism in general. I
Hmm.
just reckon it's like really nice, and I reckon it's great that we're starting to move towards that direction
Yeah, because
for
like
like our own sort of content.
when Discord had started, we were pretty much like we were in the we were in the Australian anime community, and we were just memeing all the time. And then
Yeah,
it was then we now have
yeah.
our own server. We have a Twitter and a Twitch and a YouTube and whatever, which this video will be at in case you're not watching it from there.
Hmm.
Somehow, I guess I'm gonna put it on my YouTube anyway. I think so.
Yeah.
Kind of a
So
cross promotion, I
for
guess.
the future, because I reckon it's good that we have like the Rambats at like the sort of consistent location,
Mm,
and with like the whole cross promotional stuff with like the Twitter and stuff,
yeah.
and then like a home for the VODs with the YouTube, and it not being tied to like any specific persons,
Yeah.
like personal stuff. I reckon that's great.
Hmm.
I reckon in the future it would be good to do more stuff with those sort of accounts than what we're doing currently, which is just like the Rambats.
Yeah.
And I
What
guess
do you
this
think?
as well for the YouTube. So one thing that I've been thinking about that I want to do, especially now that I have the new machine.
Hmm.
So for those that don't know, I recently built a PC,
Nice.
and because there was Sony Vegas that was like in the Humble Bundle or whatever,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got it for like mad
Oh, you
cheap.
got it.
Yeah, I got it. So I want to give it a go on the new machine,
Hmm.
and just in terms of like general sort of content creation stuff. Because one thing that I want to start trying to do, because we have a research and development channel in the Discord, and there hasn't really been a lot that's come of it yet. It's an idea that CM came up with, where it's like we discuss something supposed to be like every week or whatever, and then we archive the results. But I was thinking maybe we could do some sort of research sort of thing and consolidate the results into like a video
Mm.
and have that sort of content on the YouTube. So perhaps in the vein, the video I did for punishing Daisy Pusher.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be really nice to do something like at first, instead of doing sort of vague sort of concepts in terms of how you optimize certain things,
Mm.
which is what most of the discussion has been about in terms of like how do you optimize for like meter and undizzy,
Yeah.
but rather some like concrete stuff that you can like test out, and then we can like consolidate the results.
Yeah. I guess like optimizing punishes or something.
Yeah. It's sort of like we have a sort of thing that we want to work it out for, and be like, alright, you do this character, you do this character, and like we all sort of work together. And it might also be helpful for like sort of some of the newer players, because it would be nice to sort of have a specific goal or something to work out,
Mm-hmm.
so that it could like get them used to getting around training mode and stuff, in
Mm-hmm.
order to like replicate situations and like solve problems.
Yeah.
And then and then sort of consolidate that and make it into a resource that like we can all see and we can all use and that we've all sort of like contributed to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I reckon something like that would be like really neat. So I don't know, maybe something like along the lines of like Empty Sing might be nice. Maybe like JHP, Beowulf JHP,
Do something
like
to that.
just sort of like general sort of things
Yeah.
that come up as problems in the scene,
Mm.
like things that people like get a lot of mileage of.
That they shouldn't.
Yeah, that they shouldn't, and that's the point. So
Yeah, so we
that
don't
can
need to
like
talk
level up
about
the scene.
Beowulf jumping heavy points like B. I don't win matches because of that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when we're gonna start that if we are.
If
But
I
that's a
win
thing
in
that I
rand
want to
bets,
do in
then
the
maybe.
future.
If I win like 3 rand bets, then maybe.
Yeah,
Right now I'm at 1 for 2. So
true.
yeah. I guess that really did remind me of. What do you think about like? Because we talked about the current like game and like the characters and stuff, which is we can talk about that
Yeah,
till the cows come home. What do you think about the players in the scene? Like, what do you think about? I
players in the
guess
scene.
yeah.
I'm pretty happy with the state of the scene at the moment in
And I
terms
guess
of the
like
plays. I've kind of felt like that, like for some time now, that it's like in a really good place.
hmm
Like there's several, there's like a lot of sort of newer players at the moment that, and they've been around for some time,
hmm
and also a lot of people sort of leveling up,
yeah.
which is always good to see.
Yeah, I guess like as far as like the top 4, because like the top 4 I think considered right now is like Jedi. Um, I guess I don't know how to rank it. If I was trying to rank it, I'd say Jedi, then no bias me, then you, then I guess Age. But like Risky's kind of throwing a bit of
Yeah, the thing is,
throwing a loop
risky
into
is
it.
like the current sort of, because this wasn't the case in the last sort of episode of the podcast, but
No,
risky
no,
has leveled up a lot of the just this year,
not even year. Like honestly, the
the
month.
last couple weeks.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, just because he's like played a bunch and he's got him like his Valentine back up to snuff, and he
hmm
has like legitimately scary offense now,
yeah,
which is good because now like when he gets the hit or gets pressure or whatever, like it makes whatever he does much more meaningful to the
yeah,
outcome of the match.
yeah, for sure.
In general, here and also like he plays beat extend now,
Yeah, I think he's
so gotta
playing
watch
medium
out for
now.
that.
I feel like the more I play against him, the more I feel like medium is better than light at our level. Because I think at some point people just stop hitting buttons in the air, and the anti-air effect of light just like stops working.
Maybe
I mean, like that's not gonna
it's
fully
not a
go
thing that
away.
I've given a lot of thought to, the whole like L versus M thing.
Yeah, because he was using medium, and I was like, I kept thinking less to like why he would do that. And the more I played, the more I got really frustrated by the things that medium was doing to me. Was that because it always hits you twice on the ground,
Yeah. So that is
like if
like
you're
rare.
crouching?
Can you duck second hit like you can with
No,
L or nah?
no, it's always
Ooh,
2 hits.
that's
Because like
crazy.
even Philia cannot crouch second hit. Like there's always 2 hits. It's really annoying.
Oh no, Squiggly can.
Nah, probably not. I know Squiggly
Yeah,
can't hit
probably
like
not. Yeah.
no single hit.
Her crouching thing isn't that sort of crazy. It's when she starts pressing buttons
Yeah,
that starts to go a bit wild.
yeah. And like
Um,
medium doesn't have the what do you call it? The
it
as
has less
much lag.
vulnerability.
Yeah, at the start. And
Yeah.
medium also hits behind, which is something that has not occurred very often.
Yeah, that's also another sort of thing that it can sort of get those happy birthdays that
Yeah,
L
light
might
light
not
does
be
not
able
hit
to.
behind at all. Unless you
Yeah,
like stick a button into it, like a complete moron, and then complain about it on Twitter. But that's cool. Um,
classic.
but like, and I feel like it's some like, cause I think it's better at the DP plus lockdown part than light is. But light is
Oh yeah,
way
for
too
sure,
good of
for
a
sure.
spot
I
killing
definitely
tool.
agree about that.
Light is too good at killing scrubs to like be totally worthless. But I feel like medium is getting more and more important, especially since medium doesn't have the lag at the start, which is super. It's getting really a lot more important now for like punishers.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's something that could be looked
Yeah, I
at.
reckon that's going to be an interesting thing going forward. I mean, I'm pretty sure people generally sort of are on the same page about beat extend and how good it is, but
Yeah.
the sort of differences between those two versions might become like more apparent as time goes on.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
As people get better at the game, I want to see medium get more importance. And
Yeah.
that's something I've not really talked to CM much about. Because like heavy's never gonna be good. Like heavy's just not going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
It's
don't
too
pick
bad
that one.
for what it does.
Oh, also, I guess while we're on the whole like L versus M thing, isn't it cool that we can do that? That we can
I'd
like
love to be able to pick more than one assist in Dragon Ball Fighters, but that's a different story.
yeah. Oh man, when I heard that was a thing, I was like, my heart sunk. I was like, oh
I
no.
was so because I was playing 18 Vegeta and Nappa yesterday, and I was like, okay,
Ah,
let me.
true. Yeah, yeah, because those have some pretty good assists there.
Yeah, they do, but 18 has the stupid barrier, which I don't care about. Like Vegeta doesn't use the barrier for anything, and I was like with Nappa, I'd be like, it'd be so cool if
Yeah,
I
and
could
it's
like
just like
plant a Cyberman
if you
with
have a
Nappa
butt
as the assist and
assist,
just
and
go
it's
away.
just like, well, yeah.
And then I see the assist and some stupid punch in the ground. It does nothing. And I'm like,
Also,
all right.
also one thing I've heard while we're talking about Dragon Ball is that like the DHCs are only like specific supers or whatever.
On no, because
Like,
everybody has level one, and one level 3.
oh,
So
so there it isn't like characters having multiple level ones and you can only DHC into one of them. It's like
I am
characters
almost certain
literally
that's
only
not the
have one
case.
level one.
I'm almost certain that's not the case. I would like outside of the at least of the characters that I messed around with, I didn't see that to be the case.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely really appreciate that SG has as
I can
many
pick multiple
options
assists.
as
Yeah,
it has when it comes to
it gives
assists.
it.
Because even though for a lot of characters it kind of is like you have the assists that are correct,
Mm,
often that's like a surprising amount
yeah,
when it comes to
like
like actual viable assists.
yeah, like you think of like Philia for instance. People used to think Hairball was garbage and Nuptu was life, and now you
Yeah, and
go,
then
all right.
now Hitball's like really good.
I think Hairball is low key like top 5 assists in the game. Maybe even top
I
3.
kind of always believed in Hairball, but I was like, Abdu's so good though.
Yeah, but like Updo is like nobody cares about it anymore. It's like it's garbage. I mean, maybe not garbage. DP is
I
still
mean,
gonna be good.
Abdu still has a lot of things going for it.
Yeah, but
The one
it's like a
thing in
super whatever
particular is
DT
like the
assist.
positioning that it leaves Philia at.
Yeah,
It leaves Philia a lot less vulnerable to being Happy Birthday compared to Big Band.
Hmm.
Because there's a few situations where like Philia can sort of like drop behind the other person's point.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a neat thing that it has going for it.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, I don't think we're gonna see a return of like Abdu meta.
It's not coming back. Hopefully.
I'm pretty sure that's been and gone.
I mean, nobody's playing Philly anyway, so it's all good.
I mean, there's you.
No, I mean, outside of me, nobody's playing Philly. In Cobalt, I guess. Cobalt using Updo because he has to.
Philia is good though. Philia is a good character.
Yeah. But like I was saying with Dragon Ball, it'd be tight to like pick more than one assist, whatever.
Yeah.
As far as the like,
I don't know. It might work out.
yeah, I guess going back to the players. Do you have
so
any of
that's
the new players like that you have pinned as to be like really good? Because I think you've said Caduceon when you were
Okay.
talking about it.
Yeah. I haven't. Has Caduceon been like playing that much? I haven't seen him in a
He
while.
signed off net play. I know that.
Okay, because I haven't seen him around in some time, so it's hard to say. But definitely like Danny and Busy.
Yeah.
Like probably the two to most look out for out of the noobs. I mean, definitely you can say that.
Yeah. I mean, Busy hasn't beat me in bracket yet. Danny has. But
Yeah, Danny
I destroyed him in the
has.
3 out of 5. So it is, there is that. You can
Yeah,
hold
and
that.
there was also Danny managing to take a game off Jedi.
Yeah.
Which is pretty wild. Because
He plays Solo Fuku, a garbage character.
Solo Fuqua, yeah, which is interesting. He has surprisingly like good defense in some situations as well, compared to a lot of the other newer players. That's from my observations. I could be wrong on that.
I guess I don't know. I don't agree.
You don't agree?
No, I
Fair
feel like
enough.
Denny's problem is like he's too stuck on doing Fukua things, and he doesn't just
Maybe.
be like, beat extend is coming, I just have to bait it. He just doesn't. He's like, I'm gonna hit the biggest buttons, and you're like, all right,
Yeah, yeah. That's he kind of has his like routes that he likes to go for,
yeah.
which can get him caught.
He's like you in age, except like a lot more stuck. I feel
In terms of like part of the same sort of
mentality.
class or whatever,
Yeah,
like the type
not
of
like
play.
skill level. No, 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 no.
No, I didn't mean that. I
Oh
meant
yeah,
like coming from the same places.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think I see that.
But like
And
Danny just
also
needs to be better at
busy
that.
because he's starting to get more familiar with his characters' toolkits and stuff.
Hmm.
He actually has like somewhat of a gameplay now, which is
I have
nice.
busy pinned as the guy who gets out of new bets.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know about Danny right now. He might
Also,
just have to work through a mental barrier at some point.
um, some other
That
players
Eater
of
Pay
the
guy's
news
pretty
to
good.
talk about, like Idape,
Yeah,
is kind of nice.
that's pretty good. I 10 0'd
Yeah,
him in
especially
the
now that
second
he
play.
plays Beam,
Yeah, I
Valentine
want to see more
Beam.
beam. He's like the only Robo player too, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, that's always
There's some like
nice to
idiot
see
team if
more
there's
Robo.
like Val Robo
Um,
Fukua or something. Fukua's gotta go.
also, also Crow.
I haven't played him.
Um, Big Band Peacock.
Oh yeah, I saw him
So
play,
he
but
plays Big Band album, so he does
yeah,
like idiot brass with
and it
assists.
works.
So it's like one of those things where it's like it's really good,
Yeah,
but he suffers in a few other areas.
I think it's neutral. The way I saw him play against you, I feel like it's neutral. It's kind of whack.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
you can really say that about like anybody who gets like
Yeah,
too old
yeah,
by a good peacock at like his neutral's garbage. You're like, all right, I want to see you do better.
yeah. Maybe. Oh, yeah, and also like the sort of what happens when he gets a hit. It isn't really anything crazy.
Yeah,
Just does like a few chains into A train, just
yeah.
like
I guess
reset
if
to
you're new,
neutral.
that's good to start with. Like, I
Yeah, I
suppose.
reckon that's not too bad. It would be nice though to like see Crow develop some resets or something.
Hmm.
Sort of something to do when he gets a hit.
Yeah, I don't know how new he is, because I think most noobs just show up in the anime chat and then come here and don't talk about it as
From
much.
my understanding, I think there was a person that got Crow into SG,
Hmm.
and they were playing with them before Crow decided to join the Discord or whatever.
I see.
I can't remember who it is though.
Okay. But because it's like I haven't been in the anime chat in like forever, so I don't know
Yeah,
what
same,
stuff's going
same.
on.
I look at it from time to time, but I visit it less frequently these days.
Yeah, I guess for my money, I think like as soon as Eterpay gets like good combos, which is weird because like I didn't expect this game to go like melee where your punish game is just what defines you as a good player or not most of the time.
It kind of is that way
Yeah, it is really becoming that way
because like
nowadays.
having like strong offense does so much.
Yeah,
And it elevates you so much.
and
I mean,
your
that's
bad
been
neutral
super
is
apparent with like Risky.
yeah. Like it just becomes like your bad neutral doesn't matter as much when you can just kill me off one hit.
Yeah. Or it's more
Sorry about that.
like when you can sort of like kill people, it makes whatever it is that you do in neutral, whether it's like good or bad, it makes it like more meaningful.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, I'll go get that at some point. Sure. Sweet, that arrived. Cool.
All right.
Um,
Was that your new
what
monitor or
else?
something?
Yeah. That must have just arrived now.
Nice. Oh yeah. Speaking
So
about
I've
monitor,
got
one thing. Like you were saying about the YouTube thing, I definitely want to do more joint analysis because I think single
yeah, that's.
analysis is
I reckon that'd
starting
be
to get
sick.
old.
I reckon we should do that.
Especially
We'll
because
give that a
in
go.
single analysis, in like you guys' games, I feel like there's only so much I can say anymore. Be like, okay, Mao, failed to respect the Sing, feels bad, and Jedi
Yeah. It's
got
like
hit, feels bad. All right,
it's like Jedi threw scissors,
right, cool.
Jedi threw paper, Risky threw rock, or
Yeah, actually, no, I don't want to go over risky matches. That'd be kind of neat, especially as soon as I get a
I
computer.
actually that would be kind of cool.
Um,
Just to like see what sort of things have been like key to his more recent success.
Because I don't know if I was there in the last round bets. Actually, I was because I lost to Risky. Feels bad. Actually,
Yeah.
that's the one I do want to go over. As soon as you get your computer working, that's something I want to do that. Because I can't run it on
That
this. This
particular
is not
set
gonna work.
is his finals, or
Both of them actually, because I got 5 maybe. Um,
true. Yeah, it
I
feels
want
bad.
to watch all of those and kind of just see what. Because I think I understand
Did
what
you
was
lose
going
to
on anyway.
Risky and Winners as well?
Yeah. He double
Crazy.
jeopardied me.
Yo.
I was kind of mad about that, but I didn't want to say it because it was.
Yeah,
It would
that's
have been
kind
a
of like
bit.
how I felt when I lost to Risky, because that was the week where you went there and H wasn't there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like, oh yeah, like 3 grand finals, but then it's like, whoa, Risky's good now.
yeah.
And then he beat me. He also double jeopardy me.
Oh, I did. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he beat me in winners semis, and then he
Yeah.
beat me in losers finals.
That's the same thing that happened to me. Feels bad. He's the New Zealand Slayer right now.
The exact same thing. It's crazy.
He's a Kiwi Slayer, dude. I gotta
The
fix that.
Kiwi Slayer. Exactly.
But yeah, as soon as your monitor and stuff gets ready, I'll give you the files and we can record it and go over it. Maybe even
Yeah,
stream it. That'd be
that
cool.
would be nice to give that a try.
Yeah.
In terms of other players, I mean, there's Jedi, obviously. Like
Yeah.
he's been really good for some time.
I think the more I
I
play against
still,
him, he's got the thing where like he's got the melee thing where like I feel like his neutral is not as good the more I kind of study it. But he just kills me off a hit, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah, yeah, possibly.
Cause
I
like
don't reckon his neutral's that bad though.
like when
I
I
reckon
get
his
rid of Big
neutral's
Ben, it's just
serviceable.
very easy for me to bait mistakes and just kill him for it. It's just I have to be more consistent at doing that myself, so that's a pro.
When you kill Big Ben, so you don't have a lot of trouble when Skullgirls by herself.
Not even that. You just hit the Big Ben assist, and you're like, all right, he's gonna do one of three
Yeah,
things.
I guess I haven't really incorporated stuff like that as much
Yeah, because your
as
character
you
can't
have.
really do that.
Yeah, it's not as much of a thing that Well, maybe with double, I could
Yeah, with
try
double
that a
definitely.
bit more. Yeah, with
And it's
double
also
and
if
Big
you get
Ben.
hit by him once, he does one reset and kills you. That's a duo.
I mean, I feel like it could possibly be the same way the other way around. I know I can
You
definitely
have to
kill
meter
with two
dump into
resets.
it.
Yeah, it's a thing that I've been looking into to see if I
Your
can get
character
some
can
like
probably do
stronger
that because
routes.
idiot dumb character does
Yeah,
50k damage
idiot,
every
like
hit.
item left right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But I feel like I can push it more. I
Yeah.
feel like maybe if I try really hard, I might be able to get one reset kill.
Might have to. Like, that's the thing. You have to dump a bunch of meter into it. That's like if you ever dump meter into it, I don't really care. Like any character can do that.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's not that
I
important.
feel
to
like
me.
I can do it for less than most characters can though.
I mean, your character obviously can. Cheap
Yeah,
bonus
especially with
character, okay.
double, because if I can do routes that do like Argus cat hits,
Mhm.
and then do
And leave
that
the one string alone.
just before Undizzy is maxed out,
Yeah, yeah,
they do final chain on double. I
Mhm.
reckon that could be really good.
yeah.
And
Like,
there's also a
Peacock's
bunch of
final
things
chain
with
doesn't do a lot,
Peacock
right?
double that help a lot when you're optimizing damage.
Mhm.
Like with item unscale when you DHC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like that's a specific thing that like really helps out Peacock's damage.
Right.
So I feel like if I tried hard enough, I could like push it further. But like I guess watch the space or whatever because I haven't really figured it out yet.
Or maybe even like meter neutral 3-hit kills, because I can't do unless I like do the setup that you told me or showed me.
Yeah.
I
as
can't
in
do
the
meter
one where you
neutral 3-hit
sandwich
kills.
them. The one where you sandwich them with beat extend. Yeah. That's I like that setup.
Yeah,
But
but
the thing is, it's like you've got to have beat extend there for you
Yeah.
to use.
yeah,
So
but
that doesn't always happen. It might happen some more like maybe you could like get the first hit and then reset and then do the sandwich route.
no, the thing with playing a Jedi in that situation is that I feel like you force that beat extend thing on him, it just doesn't work because his character is very good at avoiding it, avoid getting mixed up there, and is pretty good at mixing you up from there. Because if he's far
Avoiding
away,
getting mixed up from where?
from like if you do the scrambles right with Big Band, like as soon as his assist is out, it's a lot harder for you to mix him up, even if you had called your own. I don't know if that's making any sense or not, but like, because he can be far away to where he doesn't risk getting hit by beat extend, but he can still do crouching heavy punch and the Sing Daisy 50-50.
As in like more sort of meaningful mix-up options from far
Yeah, like
far away
his mix-up
compared
is
to what Philia or
yeah, his mix-up is better than mine because I can't mix him up from that range, but he can do that to me. So like it makes the
yeah,
scrambles
because
a
like
lot
if
more
you
in his
want to
favor.
go what you have to like dash in to do it.
Yeah.
And you have to IAD, which like opens you up to getting hit by certain
Yeah,
things or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I feel
Anything.
it.
Like it's not as plus. Like the range is way more important for him than it is for me. So I've kind of given up
Yeah,
on doing that entirely, and I just kind of wait for him to whiff an assist and just punish and go in.
yeah, that could work.
That's what my entire like. That's what I've been focusing on in me
That's
focusing on in
that's
my
what
Initial
you're
game.
sort of the thing that you've been trying to like hone in on
That's my game
recently.
plan. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um. So what were we talking about?
It's kind of about the players, I guess. The Jedi
Yeah.
is
So
covered.
Jedi
Age, I don't know what Age is doing.
age. Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate how he is at the moment.
Maybe his work's too much for him or something. I don't know.
It's kind of like similar
Probably needs a break.
to me very recently in terms of like not a lot of effort
Yeah, I think with
being
him
put
is
in,
like work.
but it manifests itself more strongly with age than it does with me. I feel
Hmm. He's harder to like
because
de-rest.
age doesn't really pick his stuff. He kind of like messes around with a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Whereas I when I'm not really working that hard, I still kind of just do what I always do.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, with age, I don't know. I just want him to see him do well.
Yeah, unless I've
He's
played
really
with
good when
case
he's
through that
good.
guy.
I just want to see him do better.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just his work.
I
is
think he
throwing
can
him
do it.
over.
I think he can do it. He'll work it out.
Yeah, hopefully. And he's also got the
Yeah,
controller
at some
issues or
point.
whatever.
I don't know when that'll be, but I reckon he'll come back to like sort of top form at some point.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah,
But
I reckon he's gonna get there.
yeah, I feel like because if Risky's going the way he is and Age is going the way he is, I would put Risky top 4 over Age. But Risky also got
Yeah,
know,
that's what I was saying. I don't think top. I think top 4 is very like debatable.
yeah. I mean top 3 is not as much.
Well, as in like us and Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I reckon that's fair enough.
just about every round match we've shown up like very fairly consistently. Outside of like very recently.
Yeah, because it's risky.
Yeah.
Um,
But like that's Risky. Who else really plays?
I mean, it's you.
Lol. I don't know. I feel like the more I play Dragon, because I wasn't thinking about it at all, but now that I've got Dragon Ball Fighters, I kind of want to focus a bit on that, and I also want to just focus on making the
I-
New
I
Zealand.
think I want to give it a shot. I want to give it like a decent attempt
Hmm.
or something now that I've got a system that I can play it on.
Yeah.
Because that's always like the OS that I have. It's like, I put more time into X, but I can't run it.
Yep.
So it's like now that the OS doesn't really apply, I'd like to like give it a shot.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what I'd do in it. I don't know if it'll end up being the game for me, but
It's maybe. It's got a lot of
because
players.
it like changes up the formula like quite a lot.
It's also
So
weird
it's
because like
it's not trivial that I'm gonna be into it.
It's really weird. I guess we can talk about DVFZ like later, in a lot more
Yeah,
detail.
yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Later.
Maybe after this. One.
Um,
But like
yeah, for sure.
its fluidity is a lot more weirder and kind of feels weird. But
yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to talk about because I've never played it.
yeah. Like the fact that you can do 1-2-1-2 or you can do 1-3-1-3-1-3 DHCs are actually like that blows my mind, and I don't understand how to use it.
1, 2.
Because you can do 1-2-1-2.
Whatever.
Like,
I don't know enough about Dragon Ball to have like a meaning.
because if you DHC in Skullgirls, your team goes from 1-2-3, it goes 2-3-1.
Yeah. As
But in
like
Dragon Ball,
but that's like a Marvel 3 thing, isn't
It
it?
goes from in this game it goes 1-2-3. It can go 2-1-3 or it can go 3-2-1 because you can
as
DHC
in,
from
like,
1
you
to
can
3.
choose because there's the specific thing where it's like you can choose one of your assists to do
Yeah.
the super or whatever.
Or you can
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like
That's a neat sort of thing that it has going for it.
yeah, and it makes it like really weird. I don't understand the implications of that as far as the system is concerned because I haven't played it in tournaments yet. Just messing around still. But yeah. If that happens, if Dragon Ball actually like gets me to play more of it, then I might stop being as relevant in Skullgirls. But I don't know. It's too easy for me to just be like, I just put more effort into Skullgirls and I was be number one. You know. I don't know. I feel like I can beat Jedi. I just have to be more clean.
Yeah, I reckon both of us can definitely like do it.
Mm,
I mean, we've done it before. It's hard. He's a good player.
yeah.
He's not. He hasn't been as consistent as he is over the last few months for no reason.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. You can just do
Um,
just do a few more things better, and then it's like way more easy, and it's like you have to focus really hard too. And it's like
well, that's kind of like a general sort of like good player matchup
yeah.
sort of thing. You gotta focus. You gotta
I don't know. It's
be
weird
on
because
point.
like you think of generally a good player, and it's like their everything is a lot more cleaner than you. Like when I play a Jit in anything, it's just like I have to focus on never making a mistake. I have to focus on making good spacing, and I have to like not make idiot calls. And with Jedi, it's like almost the same thing, but then it just isn't in a weird way, and I can't really put my finger on what it is. You know, maybe I just like don't respect him as much because I've never
Maybe
met him.
yeah, maybe because you see him as more of a peer
Nah,
rather than.
maybe I don't know. Like for me personally, even before like I had met you, I was just kind of like whatever. But like the more I see people offline, the more I respect them, which is a totally primitive like mindset to have. But I can't shake
I
it.
mean, yeah, that's just how it works. Like you get more familiar with the people themselves, and you
Mm,
see them as people rather than names on the screen.
yeah,
Yeah, there's like I feel the same way. And that's also another thing I didn't mention that, but that's a thing that Discord has really helped with.
yeah, like actually meeting the people.
Yeah, is like well, actually meeting and also solidifying the community a bit more
Yeah,
through like voice chat and stuff.
yeah. I remember the first time we talked. It was
Because it's
like,
like another sort of layer that isn't there anymore.
mm,
Barrier or whatever.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, the community going forward. We talked about that. Talk about the players. Talk about the history. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Um, I feel like I should probably acknowledge the replay viewer thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Go ahead, dude.
Because that's a program that I made last year. That so basically, because how the idea sort of got put in my head like quite a while ago. Because do you remember when I uploaded the first to 15 with CM?
Yeah. I
This
don't.
was like quite a few years ago.
Actually, no. Then I don't.
Um, you were around though.
I know
But
the first 15. I just wasn't there when you had uploaded it. I think.
well, yeah, okay. Well, that doesn't really matter. Just the fact that it exists and there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
video of it.
I am aware of
But
it.
actually, like when I recorded it, because it was like one of the first things I felt like compelled to record because I
Mhm.
wanted to like go over it and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's like the obvious thing is like you want to have it in video because if you look at it in replays, it's like inconvenient because you can't rewind.
Hmm.
And I watched through the whole thing, the whole set. Then I realized that OBS wasn't recording.
Oh my god.
So I had to do like another entire take. I was like, Jesus, this is taking up so much time. This is like
That you have
3
to
hours.
actively work on.
Yeah, and you can't like you can't slack on it because it's like the game ends and you need to press your like 3 buttons.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta do it, and it's like so annoying if you want to like record stuff. So it was like a thing. It's like I don't have to think about this at all. Like this could very easily be automated, but I didn't really have the like chops when it came to programming to like be able to do that. So I think it was like because last year I was a little bit more comfortable with like programming and stuff because I'd done some more stuff with uni
Mhm.
and messed around with some more stuff in my own time with like C sharp. So I was like, I'll give this another crack. And after quite a while, because I had to pretty much every time that I want to do a new thing for the program, like I have to learn stuff as I go. Because like I don't really like know a whole lot. Because I don't like I don't study computer science or anything.
Mhm.
Like that's not what I do. So I pretty much just have to learn everything as I go. But it worked out, and now there's a thing that I can use to like record sets, and I have used it like a heap, a lot of times.
Yeah.
I'd say a lot of time.
Yeah.
It's just
incredibly
really cool
useful.
that it exists, and I want in the future to like have it exist for like more games. Like I've done that a bit more because there was recently I added support for rifles.
Yeah.
So that's another game. But in the future, I pretty much anything that has replays, and I guess stuff that I play will have higher priority because ultimately I made it because I want to use it, and that'll
Mhm.
probably continue to be the case in the future. But like anything that it could be useful for, I'd be interested in at least having a crack at trying to make like an implementation for it. At the moment, what I've been I've been messing around with trying to make an implementation for Brawlhalla.
Mhm.
And part of the reason why that game in particular, well, for one, I play it, so it's like
Still.
obvious sort of. I actually have started to play it again,
Jesus
but
Christ.
that's another conversation. Let's not talk about that right now. Because we're already getting sidetracked as
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is. It's an interesting thing to talk about though. But yeah, so part of the reason why that is because a problem that I sort of ran into when I did Rivals is because the game updated. And so my thing broke because all the pointers were wrong now.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I was thinking about that. And then one of the reasons why I specifically hadn't considered Brawlhalla as an option for making an implementation for so long, so the bloody thing patches every week.
Yeah.
Like, it's impossible if you're using like this sort of pointer method. It's not like a viable thing to use. You'd have to find a different approach. But then I thought about it. Then I was like, if I have aspirations to like make it for like tons of games and like manage like a lot of implementations, like making sure that all of them are like updated to work with the latest release or whatever would still be extremely annoying.
Mhm.
So I kind of want to do that because Brawlhalla is like a symbol of like how much it changes, and it's a symbol of how much the current approach is a problem. So I want to have a go at trying to fix that
Mhm.
so that I can be more effective in like making future versions for other games. And also I play it, so it would be useful for that too. So what? Because in the past, for the Skullgirls implementation for the Rivals one, it's based on just reading the memory of the game directly. But with Brawlhalla, I've been looking at visual analysis. Like it takes screenshots every so often. It tries to work out what's going on based on that.
Mhm.
So the advantage is that when the game gets updated, assuming that the UI doesn't change, it should still be fine. Which I reckon could be the way to go in the future with like other games as well. Because it also solves the problem of like having to find the pointers in the first place,
Mhm.
which is pretty nice. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's a thing that I'm working on, and I'm like excited to continue to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's more or less it when it comes to that.
Yep. I'm being told to wrap it up by some outside forces. If you have, yeah, the replay viewer is amazing. It's because
I
like
I am huge fan. Like I am immensely proud of it.
it's
It's one
so
of the things like I'm most proud of
I didn't
in
think it
general.
was gonna be that useful because I was like,
It
you
saves
can
so
just
much
make it.
time. It's fucking crazy.
But I just used it once and I'm like, I don't have to do anything. I can just go and like make food or whatever.
And it do you, and what makes it even more OP now? I have multiple computers,
Yeah,
so I can have it running on one of my computers, and then I can use the other one. Like I can have it running on the desktop, then use the laptop.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Because
It's so
like
good.
it uses your keyboard inputs, right? So it's still like it would like halt your
Yeah,
keyboard
yeah,
at
yeah.
some
So
point.
at the moment, like, yeah, it does. Like, you can't really still use the computer while it's running.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be weird to like be able to do that. I guess I don't know. That's something for the future, I
Yeah,
suppose.
it was one thing that I was trying to see if I could do is if I could send inputs to Skullgirls by manipulating the memory, but I never was able to figure it out. It was like too hard for me.
It's probably us
I'm
more.
sure maybe Dentarian would have an idea of what to do.
Actually, it'd be cool if like Mike knew more about that. because he hasn't
That'd be really
outwardly
sick.
acknowledged it.
But it's like it's a minor thing, and it like fixes a minor sort of like problem.
Yeah.
Like I can honestly live with like not browsing the internet while the replays are being recorded.
Yeah, I mean, because people have their phones.
Especially because in general, like for at least for the laptop, like I don't really want to have a lot of stuff running while it's going on anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna explode.
Because the thing's gonna crash. Like it's gonna overheat.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have any other shoutouts, any like, actually, we do want to shout out one thing. If you are in New Zealand around March or mid-March,
Oh yes.
we are running a Skullgirls side
Garden
tournament
of Might.
at Garden of Might. It's in Christchurch. It's I don't know the exact location, but if you go, you can look up gardenofmight.com and you'll find the site. It's actually pretty neat.
Yeah.
You won't find the registration on the site, but if you go to the Facebook event for it, there'll be a Facebook there'll be a sign up sheet, or you can just contact me on my 50
It's in
social
Christchurch.
social accounts, social media accounts, and I'll give you the link and you can sign up. Currently, there are only 2 sign-ups that do not include me because I won't be signing up because I'll just be
So
there.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, you're one of them, and Toby's the other one.
Toby entered.
So I'll be what do you call it, like saying that, oh yeah, that's the thing you should enter, probably like closer to the date. But if you are going to be in the area, please sign up. It'll be fun. It'll be cool to
Please.
see
It'll be
new
sick.
people. It'll be cool to see people from the Discord that I have never ever like actually seen, like physically seen. That'd be tight. And
Yeah, that'd be tough.
speaking of
It's always
that,
cool to meet new people.
speaking of that, there'll always there, yeah. And speaking of which, there will also be a tournament at the end of June in Wellington, which is where I live, Crush County Capital. And we are looking to have a good tournament at Nationals as well, which will be October.
Yeah, so it's the idea of like having various tournaments in the lead up to nationals, and hopefully we'll be able to show more people into playing the game by then.
Yeah. So if you're gonna be in the area at any point, please come down. It'll be tight. I think the actual entry to GOM is like $50, but then the side tournament will only be $5. So don't matter too much.
Yeah.
Plus they give you like food for 2 days. It's nuts.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's actually part of the entry fee.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's why it's $50. I'm like, that's because I saw it to be 50, and I'm like, then I saw it was food for 2 days, and I'm like, all right, you go.
I didn't know that. That's new information for me.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
It's
That's so
actually
cool. They didn't do that for Red Zone, didn't
they
they?
did with the pizza.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't supposed to be like that though. I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be for the staff.
I mean, you can overlook
But
that.
it ended up being a generic thing though.
Yeah, because the pizza was so big, it was like, god damn.
Yeah, it was like absurdly
Yeah.
proportioned.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta head in like 5 minutes. So it was fun talking. Definitely get the Twitch thing working as soon as possible. I wanna do joint analysis on YouTube. That'd be amazing.
That'd be sick. That'd be tight.
If you have some time tomorrow, I definitely want to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, possibly.
Sweet. Just let me know when the thing is working, and I gotta rush because my dad's gonna be mad at me. Anyway, see you guys later. Catch you. Bye.